Welcome back. I did a poll, and the poll said we would like you to do some more weekly recap reviews of Alien Earth. So here we are with episode 3, Metamorphosis, and I've got to say, much to my surprise, the show is getting better. So now we're learning that the previously on Battlestar Galactica is actually happening during the opening credits scene, catching you up on events. Plot armor bro was captured. Oh, they've got some big plans. No, we're just going to stuff him in a truck. But at least we cocooned him. He was going to get face hugged by some eggs, but now there's not any eggs nearby, so I don't know what we're doing. But little big sis is here to save the day, right? We've got that sword on her back, and she's got to use it. It's just a surprise to me that 1v1ing a xenomorph isn't entirely a Mary Sue moment. Sure, the action takes place off camera where it's cheaper, but she gets roughed up pretty good. I mean, visible damage, not so much, more of an internal thing. But hey, bro got the worst of it, punctured lung. Our cyborg Moreau encounters some kids, they have a bit of a chat. It's kind of nice seeing these two act like they're 12. Like, I'm buying it, okay? I really am. And then the adult comes into the room and well, he escapes. Now here's where I'm really surprised about the events of Alien Earth. We are not locked down at this crash site for the duration of the season. I was thinking, okay, maybe by episode 7 or 8 we will leave, and then there'll be some comeuppance for our Peter Pan boy genius over at Neverland. Not the case. We're wrapping this stuff up. Now, I didn't need to hear the guitar licks in the process of cleaning and securing the site, bringing the specimens back to Neverland. Didn't really need that. But in Metamorphosis, we're also expanding the alien lore appropriately enough here. We see that the eggs seem to be triggered by organic life, and you pull away and they can close back up. I don't really hate this. We haven't had an instance where they needed to close back up, but they do seem to be able to detect somebody. Okay, granted he was wearing a spacesuit, but like I said, I can go with this. Back at New Siam, with a rather Blade Runner-like establishing shot, Moreau contacts Miss Yutani, says, hey, I'm gonna get that stuff back for you. But we're finally giving each of the Lost Boys a character. Nibs is really upset about being named Nibs, so I will call her Ginger FKA Twigs because she can't close her mouth. And I can confirm this because I looked up her nudes. With Wendy in for repairs, the hot one is making her moves on the boy genius. Hey, why is Wendy your favorite? I'm actually curious about more than just my brother over here. I want to read books. I just learned French. Hey, maybe we can get together. Is something going to go on over here between the boy genius and the hot chick synth hybrid that is actually a kid? Kind of want to find out. The synth hybrid research team bisects an egg, extracts the facehugger, and even manages to pull out an embryo. We've never seen the big chap in this form. Smaller than the chest burster. I guess kind of like what we would get on the ultrasound in Alien 3. With plot armor bro having undergone surgery with his lungs extracted, they decide, that would be something appropriate to feed this thing to. Finally, Wendy comes to, in time to have a seizure over this. How is she connected to the xenomorphs? I don't know, and I don't think our show does either. But I gotta say, now the show is where it really should have started proper. Bringing the xenomorphs to Neverland. Now we can explore, why is there like a hazmat guy working on some black goo on the wall? There can now be a power struggle among the Lost Boys. And Moreau planted something on Slightly that allows communication so long as you are in an S&M club using their Wi-Fi. At any rate, he vows to get on that island. So, there's Captain Hook coming to the island. There's going to need to be another xenomorph to serve as the crocodile so that Wendy can swashbuckle, cut off his cyborg hand, and feed it to Big Chap. I still think we're going to do something big with Reggie Jackson's baseball. There is just way too much setup for that. My guess is, since Peter Pan is essentially evil in this iteration, Wendy is going to throw that at him and kill him. Because he was like, think fast, and she had the fast reflexes. Now, okay, I'll throw it back. Quite mercifully, we have reined in the double exposures and the cross dissolves. We still don't need the rock music for our end credits, but hey, baby steps. And finally, I'd like to address how many of you have come forward to me saying, hey, Nerdrotic ripped off your video. Well, I'm not entirely surprised. These bigger channels like to see which direction the wind's going, wait over the course of a weekend, and then on Monday, here's our movie review, The Critical Drinker Special. Except in Gary's case, this is a show in progress, labeled a review, which doesn't give a score, which I think you kind of need to do when you're doing a review of media. And it's weird how when I slam a new show before it has all of its episodes out, it's like I've committed a war crime, but when Nerdrotic does it, it's met with praise. I'm not saying he's a hack for hoarding kitsch to serve as gatekeeping set dressing. And I'm not accusing Gary of stealing my video. He has assistants and they know who I am. It just seems a little weird that he mentioned Alien Earth as being designed for second screen viewing. That's very specific to what I was saying.
And it is most certainly a show made for secondary viewing. What is secondary viewing, you ask? Secondary view.
Imagine the opening of Alien, but instead of this like ponderous mood-setting tone, you have ADHD, streaming, modern audience, second screen consideration. Oh, okay, well, we gotta speed this up. I just want viewers to be a little bit mindful about who you think is speaking for you. And it seems like a guy who is going to load a video up with sequel midquel talk so that he can create a 1-minute buffer zone to stick an ad break in really says everything you need to know about Nerdrotic.
If you appreciate a YouTube channel that doesn't just pad out content to get to the 8-minute mark so that it can hammer you with ad breaks, then you should subscribe to my son's channel. You just got done watching it.